All right. We are going to talk about the BDSM clause. I am going to go ahead and set this aside because I don't want to do writing on this. Not on this. This is not getting any kind of writing. And I'm like, oh, no. We're going to talk. We're going to have a long discussion. We are specifically referring to the always hold the upper hand, the BDSM clause. And this is one of those things in BDSM where only those who are actually in the dynamic know about this. Now, there are two kinds of people in the world when it comes to BDSM. You have the actual BDSM people, and then you have the narcissists who use it to abuse others. It is fuck dirty, and it's why I teach BDSM classes, because this is so out of hand, it's disgusting. There are people who, well, BDSM attracts rapists, attracts pedophiles, attracts a whole lot of horrific, we're just going to call them vile people. And there are the sick fucks, and then there's actually BDSM. And a lot of people find the sick fucks having no clue that they are dealing with sick fucks, thinking, oh, so that's BDSM. No, it's not. Those are the sick fucks. Those are narcissists playing with BDSM to say it's BDSM because what are the rules of narcissism? Don't let them know what you are doing. So if you use BDSM, it's another mask. So they use friendship, they use words, they use all of this shit as a red herring because rule number 3, do not let them know what you are doing. So now I'm going to tell you what BDSM is really about. It's staged 100%. It's all staged. You're either improving it or you actually have a script. It is staged. It is more staged than the WWF. We're just good at acting. That's the difference. We're good at acting. That's BDSM. Theater stage, costumes. It's like, it's satire. It's satirical. So here is what's going on behind the scenes. The contract. I don't call it a contract. I call it a code or a creed, because legally, when you use the word contract, it's a binding thing that the laws of the United States actually acknowledge. Thus, it's not a contract. What it is a creed or a code. I have a creed. Usually, no. True dom, true matrix, or I'm sorry, true mistress actually has their own creed. I have my own creed. It's my creed. It is the law of my BDSM rules. And if anyone interacts with me, that's the law we follow. You consent to my law or we don't work together. Mistress. If you don't have a creed, you're a poser. You're a poser. God, I love this shit. This is like my happy space. Oh. It brings the question, is it real? Yeah, it's real. It's real. But that's not ontology. God, this is a conversation I've had with so many people. So why a person would engage, and that's where my evaluation comes in. The reason why a person engages in most cases is because they are mentally fucked up and they feel like they don't deserve anything better. I don't work with those people. That's mentally unstable. A true mistress, a true dom, will actually work to nurture their mental health until they graduate from sub over to dom. That is actually how it's properly and supposed to be done. Is it's a healing and nurturing process. That's the stuff I do. But a lot of people don't want that. A lot of people who are absolutely abused want to be more abused to reinforce their abuse in their mind. I don't do that shit. I have no tolerance for humility and degradation. The flip side of all of this is the question, who's really in charge? There's only one answer. There's only one answer. The one who is submissive, the one who is at the disadvantage, is 100% in charge. You know why? Because when you are controlling a situation from the bottom, Welcome to the irony and the beauty of BDSM. This is it. Because when you are stepping into the world of power dynamics, it is the queen who serves the people. And the best way to serve the people is by doing whatever they want. And that includes standing over them and bossing them around if that's what they want. The true power holder in BDSM is the submissive. The submissive has a safe word because they're the ones in charge. There's a lot of people who say, who are not in BDSM, who ask the questions. Why do you have a safe word? Because the sub is in charge. Because if you want to control a situation, you control it from the bottom. Always. You're a fuck good controller if you can control from the bottom. We call it, what is it? A service dom? Bottom dom? There's a lot of terminology for it. It's been a while. I have to go back on the terminology. But it is a real, it is absolutely, there's that discussion of, okay, who's going to have the power? And it's a stage, it's a theater, but it's a real life theater stage. It is absolutely real, and it's theater. Theater is not fiction. Get that through your head. BDSM teaches us that. Theater is not fiction. Shakespeare said it quite literally. All the world is a stage. You are playing a character. We all are. Actors just don't lie about it. That's the difference. We all are playing a role on stage. Actors are just honest about it. We're all wearing masks. Actors are just honest about it. And that's the difference. When somebody who's wearing a mask, when the emperor's walking around naked, claiming what's reality, building their delusions, it's the actor who stands there naked with them going, we're not the same, because I'm being honest about what I'm doing. That is the difference. BDSM embraces this concept. It absolutely nourishes it. It's staged. We have scripts. I don't use scripts. I do improv. I had this one submissive. My God, he had a 5-page script. I don't do scripts. And he wanted words, like it was a script. And some mistresses do this. I do not. I cannot do scripts. And he had this whole precise, the timing, when it was all, what it looked like. And no, I don't do scripts. It is, and that's it exactly, it's this concept of there's what it looks like on the outside, and then there's what it's actually on the inside. And then you've got posers. And the posers are abusive fucks. And it's 100% staged. I'll say it again. It's more staged than the WWF. Only we're good at acting. That's really the only difference. We don't make it look hokey. You don't make it look hokey when you're walking around with a barbed wire flogger. So this concept of who's in charge, no. To be honest with you, the sub is 100% in charge because they're the one with the safe word. I obey the sub. The sub says go, I go. I check on their ping levels. I'm doing exactly what they've told me they want done to them. 100%. I live by their rules. They make the rules. The reason why the Dom has the creed is because the Dom has to have everything in line and in check. The sub knows they're controlling the Dom. They know it. They know they're controlling the Dom. They know they're controlling the Dom because their desire is really what enslaves the mistress. Otherwise, why are you doing it? But the minute this is spoken, the illusion is lost. So this is an unspoken, forbidden, taboo rule of BDSM that's never discussed. Because the moment you talk about it, the illusion is lost. So there are people who are so committed to the role that you never break character. Rule of theater. You break the fourth wall long before you break character. You don't break character. I'll say it again. BDSM is just theater, but we're good at it. Really good. So when you are sitting down and you are making that contract, what you are really doing is negotiating the terms in which this mistress is going to obey the sub. And once that sub reaches that very specific point, the safe word is present to command the mistress that it's time to stop. So I'm going to say again, getting back to narcissism, the BDSM clause. The victim, in most cases, is a greater narcissist than the narcissist. There's another flip side to all of this. The narcissist is a narcissist because the victim groomed them that way. The victims make the narcissist by commanding, steering, groveling, and allowing them, nurturing it. I've been a slave. I've been a real slave. And I've been with narcissists. It offends me when an empath claims they've been enslaved. I know the difference between wearing chains and being tortured. An empath claiming to be enslaved by a narcissist doesn't have a fucking clue. I've been that too. Completely different type. Completely different atmosphere. You allow yourself to be a victim. There's a big, big difference. A very big difference. You need to decide really if you have the freedom to leave or not. Because that's really all you need to be thinking about. Do you have the freedom to leave? Why aren't you leaving? At the end of the day, that's what matters. Do you have the freedom to leave? And a lot of people will sit there and defend every reason why they can't leave. Then you're not being abused bad enough because you're still getting a reward out of serving them. You're still getting something. In most cases, you're getting a power trip. That is the ugly truth of the empath. This is what's going on inside the subconscious mind that the subconscious mind doesn't want you to know about because you're getting your control fix. Narcissism is an addiction to control. Again, BDSM mistress, you know shit that people can't see elsewhere. It's really important that you're honest with yourself. But if you're not even looking at your shadow self, how do you know what you are? Get the ethics and then confront your shadow self. Because if you're not doing that, you are not going to change. And this is the downright hardcore truth about narcissism. It's all about their rules. And rule number one, don't let them know. Don't even let yourself know what you're doing. Thank you so much. May the kindest of words always find you.